Hey, I'm making this video to show you the coolant system on my car. I'm currently driving a 2018 Mazda 3. We got 2.0 liter engine into it. So first off, I'm going to start with the component location. So my water pump is located down here, over there. It's running by a belt, by a separate belt going to the crankshaft pulley. And my thermostat housing is located down there, and the thermostat is also down there. Here I got my radiator. It's located on the front of the car, and this is the expanding tank, and that's my radiator cap. Also, I have a heater core over here. These are the heater core lines. It's going through the firewall underneath the dash. And here I've got my 2-fan relay. I got the low speed fan relay and the high speed fan relay. Also, I got 2 lines over here. You can't really see them. You see that one down here, and there's one beside it. It's going to my transmission, to a transmission warmer. It's located on the front of the transmission down there. You can't really see it. To warm up the transmission and to cool it when it's hot. Also, I got the temperature sensor number 1 down there. Coolant temperature sensor is located on my radiator. You can see where's the wire going down there. And there is another one in my car, which is by the thermostat housing over there. You can see. Here's a diagram of my coolant system on the car to kind of explain it better, and especially there is not much room to see on the car. So this is my engine block, this is my heater core, and this is my radiator. So here I've got my thermostat housing, and here I've got my water pump, and this is my transmission warmer. So I've got the upper hose of my radiator and the lower hose of my radiator, and this is the upper hose of the heater core, and this is the lower hose. So the coolant flow in my car goes from this line over here to the water pump, and then the water pump the water through the block out from here to the upper hose of the radiator, and then the water goes through the radiator all the way down, and then it goes back to the engine from here. And there is a thermostat over here that blocks the water to go back when it's cold. And there is a small bypass here inside the housing. There is no pipe or something going to it. It's internal. You can't really see it because it's inside bypass to the thermostat to keep it warm when the thermostat open and then the cold water go through. And there is a bypass for the hot water to keep the thermostat open, and then it keeps cycle, as you can see. And this is the expanding tank over here on my car. So when it's over here, when it's under pressure, so the coolant overflow and then goes to this tank. And I've got a radiator drain plug over here to drain the coolant if I want to flush it. And also there is a sensor over here, coolant temperature sensor, located on this side of the radiator. And also I've got a coolant temperature sensor located by the thermostat housing. So for the transmission cooler or warmer, it has 2 lines. So one line coming from the hot side, and then the other line is going back all the way to the back of the cold side and cycle with it. So the radiator works by when the hot water comes to the radiator, so the water goes through a small pipe over here in the rad, and there is a small fins which is conduct the temperature of the water, and then air blow by it and then cools the water down, and then when that happens, the water goes back and returns to the engine as a cold water. Now the heater core on my car, so the upper line that goes to the heater core goes out from the block, goes all the way inside the heater core, down the heater core, and then out back to the cold side of my engine over here. And this line, you can see this line over here going all the way from underneath the manifold to my water pump, and then the water pump the water that way through the block and then cycle. A leak point could be from an improper clamp or a loose or old clamp that would make the hose leak from here, or improper sealed or cracked radiator cap, or from the water pump seal, and that when the seal wore down it will leak water or coolant, sorry. Also from the thermostat housing, there is a gasket over there. When that gasket become bad, so it would leak from there too. Also the fins on the radiator, as you can see there, sometimes rock or chip from the front of the vehicle hit them and then damage the line, the small lines, and it could leak from there too. Now I'm gonna be talking about the thermostat. So if the thermostat is fully open, that would cause the car to take long time to warm up and is gonna make emissions, and emission is bad for the environment, and also it will damage the engine component and it would make the fuel efficiency to go down. Also, if it's fully shut, it would make the car overheat and then the temperature will go up. And if it's slightly open, it would cool the car while it's stopped idling. But when you're putting load on the engine and then making the engine temperature going up, it would raise the temperature until you stop, and then wait until enough coolant goes through and then cool the engine. Now I'm going to be talking about the wiring diagram of my coolant fan. So I've got two coolant temperature sensor. One is located on the lower side of the radiator, and the other one is located on the coolant housing by the thermostat over there. So when the temperature goes up, both sensors give the PCM a signal, and then the PCM send a signal to the relay. So the relays is already have all time hot at all time from the fuse. And then I've got three relays. I've got the low speed relay and the high speed relay, and also I've got the AC relay. So the PCM give the signal to the relay number 1, which is the low, to run the motors, the fans motors. So when the car is heating quicker, the temperature goes up, so the PCM gives the signal to the relay number 2 to turn the fans faster. So the third relay turns on only when you turn on your AC, which gives the command or the power to the fan to turn on. I'll explain how the relay works. So there is two style relays for automotive. They're both the same but just different spots for the terminals. So the 85 is ground, and the 78 is going to the component, which is in our case is to the fan, to the radiator coolant fan, and 30 is always positive from the battery, and 86 is the signal that comes from the PCM to the 86 terminal, and then there is already ground, and turn the coil on that engage these two together, the 12 volt, and goes to the motor to turn it on. And here is a relay to explain. That's the relay on my car. So I've already located the relays on my car. There is the high speed relay and the low speed relay over here. I already took them out, and I made myself this small wiring to bypass it. So when I run these two terminal, which is 30 and 87, that would turn on my low speed fan. As you can see, the fan is now running. So I want to make it faster. I grab my other bypass and then I put it where's the relay, the high relay go. As you can hear, the noise went faster, which is the high speed went on, and that's how you bypass the relay. Now they're both off.